Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
It's my friend is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the morning grind. I'm not sure. Hey, gee, my focus here just still does not look like it's doing very well. I wonder if I can fix that somehow. But I hope everyone is doing well. I feel like I am not doing all that terribly well because another storm came through here last night at basically the exact same time. At basically the exact same time as yesterday. I don't remember. Of course, we've had major storms, but I mean, two gigantic storms that just went on for hours. 2 days between like 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning. So there's still little sleep going on over here. And I have been still trying to work through all of my index cards and moving big rocks. I have procrastinated on so many different things. And so now the only choice that I have is that I'm just not allowing myself to work on anything if it's not on those index cards. And then that way I can get back to creativity, hopefully soon, with a fresh mind. Maybe that's helping. I don't know. I'll have to check this out. I just think I look blurry. So that's what's been going on over here. I may have to crash after this, but I'm still going to try do the 72 hours of just doing nothing but the work that I procrastinated on. So sometimes you have to do that, and then we'll get back to some serious creativity and doing some cool stuff. So, good morning, Tomocrat. Tomocrat is here. I got water this morning just because I really need it. Sable Phoenix is excited about Deathbringer. James Bacon is here, and Carl makes stuff. Good morning, Jason. Yeah, get hot cocoa. That sounds good. Sounds good this morning. Yeah, Jeton says, see, this is gonna be short. So we're talking about the Deathbringer game toolkit, I guess. Interested to see what this game is about. Watch his YouTube channel. Good morning. Zero Theory. Grim Dark to the max. Let's see. Hey, Epi Camcho, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you here on the Morning Grind. Great to see you. So Micah says, yeah, I do look a bit blurry. I wonder what is causing that. I wonder if it's not something like on the lens or something, is it? Don't know if that helps. Another thing to figure out. Autofocus isn't even trying. Hi, Dr. Schadenfreude. Good morning, Doctor. Good morning. Storms in Ohio. I'm down here in Alabama. Please do, if you are here, please do like the video, and we will get started. Let's cut over here to the morning messages, and then we're going to bring up Deathbringer and see what it's all about. The Morning Grind is brought to you by World Anvil. For all the writers out there, World Anvil has all the tools to help you write, organize, present, and publish rich settings with complex characters. Write, world build, and manage your story all in a single platform. Use the code MORNINGGRIND to get 40% off yearly subscriptions. The Morning Grind is also brought to you by the Cool Name RPG. Cool Name is an RPG by veteran game designers that includes a perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free license for creators. Support its development now on Kickstarter. And thank you for being here with me live on The Morning Grind. And if you're watching on replay, welcome to you as well. It's great to have you here. If you're enjoying The Morning Grind, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It will really help the channel grow, and I would be very thankful. We also have the Ravenkeep Discord server you can join if you would like to be a part of the community. Alright, that's what you need to know. Let's get to the main topic. Oh, there I am. Alright, maybe that's better. I think that looks better. Okay, so Ravenkeep Discord server. If you're not a part of it, there we go. I have the Ravenkeep Discord server link in the chat right now. Okay, let's bring up Deathbringer. This one may not take all that long because it's not very much. And actually, because of that, you know, one of the things that I'm having trouble, I'm still not getting. I've got material that I want to get out, and so I've been working on, you know, this particular style of books that I'm working on. But with what we've seen with Knave and Karen, and Knave especially, of course, it's really short. Karen was a little bit longer, but not that much longer. And then here with Deathbringer, I mean, there are a lot of people who are doing some great things or putting out some very interesting material that are doing it in not very long page counts. Not very long page counts at all. So again, I'm always brought up before, or I've thought about quite often, and I bring it up here, that you know, we should be asking ourselves, what can we do? What's the most amount that we can do given the least amount? You know, what's the least we can do to accomplish our objectives? Because we can always talk about what the most we could possibly do is. And what the most we can do here, hey, I got a big imagination, so I can really talk about what are the things that I would love to do given unlimited time and money. But a much more interesting question at times can be, what's the least that we can do? So some people have clearly got the hang of that as far as, all right, how few pages. So it might be interesting, like a 7-page challenge. I was counting the number of pages in, words in Knave. And Knave is 6,000 words. Knave is 6,000 words. And I was trying to do like 10,000 words, which, you know, I did that. But I was having trouble actually for Tales of Rabavania. But I was having trouble getting the Fated Edge RPG written in 10,000 words. I was like, maybe it's going to have to be longer than that. So I kind of put that on the back burner because I've got several projects going on. But maybe I should return to it and give myself an even smaller word count. What could get this out in a smaller word count? So anyway, Jason says, Deathbringer sounds hardcore. It is. Okay, so here is our character sheet right here. So Deathbringer character sheet. We've got player name, character name, class, level, XP, defense, hit points, max and current. I like this skull here for max and current hit points. Once again, we are dealing with strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, our basic Dungeons and Dragons statistics for good or bad, but it seems like most of these games, in fact, I think all of the games that have been sort of like this hardcore OSR 5th edition type stuff have used these stats, except for Cairn. Cairn went with something different and used a different style. And I'm still trying to think of the game that's adapted from, but only 3 different abilities. But Dex, Wisdom, Charisma, Int, Wisdom, and Charisma here. And what these things are for. Ranged attack returns to Dex here. Perception, searching, save versus spells. Because Knave had sent ranged attack down to Wisdom. Charm, Persuade, Perform for Charisma. So special abilities down here. Copper pieces, silver pieces, gold pieces. Deathbringer dice. We're going to hear about what these Deathbringer dice are. So we've got 10 Deathbringer dice. I guess you actually set the dice on the character sheet. Or maybe just make check marks or something like that. Weapons, armor, and equipment. Looks like we're dealing with slots here again. We got 10 equipment slots. Also very popular in this style of gaming. James says, is Lion and Dragon on your list of games to review? I have not ever heard of that one. I don't know anything about it. Should it be? Lion and Dragon. All right, let's go back up to the top. So prepare to die. What is Deathbringer? Deathbringer is a streamlined, grimdark version of the world's most popular tabletop role-playing game. It's not so much a game, so much as a kit, a toolbox of hacks to create a fast-paced, grittier game. These tools can be used by themselves or imported into any 5e game or OSR retro clone. Feel free to pick and choose which rules you use. Think of Deathbringer as the secret sauce on your RPG burger. What is Deathbringer? We enjoy RPGs where death is a real possibility and danger lurks around every corner. We like PCs who are gritty anti-heroes struggling to survive in a hostile world. We also like games that feel less like a tactical exercise and more like movies, where players use natural language like, I sneak up behind him and stab him in the kidney, as opposed to, I move 3 squares and flank him for an opportunity attack. In Deathbringer, you're not limited by what was written on your character sheet. Deathbringer dice make it possible for any character to swing from the chandelier, smite an enemy, or turn a leg of mutton into an improvised weapon, because every character has a right to kill someone with a leg of mutton. Enough talk. Go and may your death be one worth remembering. So this is only 4 pages, including that one page was the character sheet itself, and then one column of the first page was the intro, and then, hey, this center column right here is just the cover. So fold, you fools, and the next thing is how to even fold it. So save space, fold things fast, and tuck away your Deathbringer rules in your go-to journal with this difold rules brief. Print 2 to 3 pages of this PDF, double-sided, preferably on heavyweight paper, then fold on the dotted lines as shown. The streets will run red with your dire work, and fun will be had by all. Page 4, so I actually had to swap around. It was set up for that type of printing and then folding, and I swapped around the pages of the PDF, turned them right so we could actually see them here on the screen. Character sheets. Page 4 features a Deathbringer character sheet. This terrifyingly organized array of facts and figures will be your only lifeline to the doom-filled darkness ahead, so just use a pen and a blowtorch. For more pathetic downloads, videos, and other feudal materials, fight back the shadows, use these links, and may all your rolls be 20s. Dungeon Craft and Professor DM on YouTube, the Patreon page, and the Facebook group. So that's the first page right there. Tomocrat says, we should look at Easy D6 and or Tiny Dungeon next. See a D6 mechanic next. We have looked at Easy D6. Easy D6 has already been reviewed. So Easy D6 is already on the is already on the channel right now. Tiny Dungeon. I don't know anything about that one either. I'm running out of room over here on my scratch piece of paper. But Easy D6 we've done. I like that one. It seemed like one that I would want to play with my nephews. I love the way to fold a page for Deathbringer to make it a pamphlet. Yep. So it makes me wonder, like, if I could only put stuff for Faded Edge or something like that into a pamphlet like this, how would I do it? So it looks like we just have now, after all that, we've just got things to add to the game, right? Okay, so we're adding critical miscast. Doesn't tell us when to roll that. Critical miscast. 1 to 10 fizzle, spell fails, ghostly laughter fills the room. Has anybody been using Deathbringer for their games? Or actually, you know, it may be. Maybe I'm reading out of order because I'm supposed to have it folded in a different way. Let's go over here. Let's see, I'm trying to think of how I would be reading this if this were folded. Let's go over here. Deathbringer dice, basics and abilities. Start out with 8 build points. Distribute these bonuses between your 6 ability scores with no higher than +6 in any one ability score. Ability scores range from 0 to +10. So we're just dealing with the bonuses here. 8 build points. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. Distribute these as bonuses between your 6 ability scores with no higher than +6 in one ability. Ability scores range from 0 to +10. So an example would be strength +5, dexterity +2, con +1, charisma +1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm right. That's 9, right? So that, I'm not sure. Tiny Dungeon is very close to Easy D6. Zero Theory says, was looking at Weird Frontiers this morning. It's a beefy 900-page tome. Carl says, if you make, so are we casting, are we going to be rolling every time we cast now? Or just if we're trying to make a spell attack or something like that? You have to, you do. Okay, so Carl says you have to roll to cast spells here. Tomocrat says, I use Deathbringer as an add-on to basic D&D. So strength, add to melee weapons and damage. Dexterity, add to DEF, I guess that's defense, missile attacks, and damage. Stealth, climbing, lockpicking, acrobatics, etc. Constitution is save versus poison. You can carry items equal to con +10. So once again, so this is like going back to Knave. We're using Constitution as to carry things. So our Constitution bonus +10 is how many we can carry. For each day of rest, you regain HP equal to con. Note that con does not add to HP. Also pretty common in this style of game. Intelligence, add to casting rolls, spellcasting rolls. History, knowledge, +1 indicates literacy. Wisdom, add to mind-based saving throws, searching, perception, and tracking. Charisma, add to all reaction checks, charm, deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion. Your ability score is your proficiency bonus, skill level, and natural ability. A +1 strength means you are proficient with all hand weapons. +1 dex means you're proficient with all ranged weapons, acrobatics, climbing, stealth, etc. HP is equal to pure hit dice. Do not add con. DEF, okay, that is defense, is equal to 10 plus your dex plus your armor. Defense replaces AC. All characters are human. No one can see in the dark. Darkness also a big part of these games. No clerics. The gods of Deathbringer are indifferent. Spellcasters have been hunted to near extinction. Jason says, using just the bonuses is a great idea. Can you take a negative to get another positive? It doesn't say that. I don't know how they actually got to 9 here instead of 8. Actually, that's the first thing I checked. It was like, what, did somebody put a negative in order to get a 9? But it doesn't look like it. Although Carl will allow it. Not listed, but I usually allow it within reason. Not more than a -2. Start with D6 gold, a water skin, and D4 days rations. How many slots does that take up? I mean, you got to get to the dungeon, right? So, like, to continue with my spatial reasoning here. So if I was holding this folded, looks like I would go to this over here next. Character classes, Deathbringer. Hit dice, D10. Use any armor or weapons. Spend a Deathbringer die to make 1 extra attack. Second attack at 5th level. To start, doublet, shield, and 2 weapons. So I guess this is like our character classes here. Grim Scribe, hit dice D6. Oh no, so that is a death with your character classes. That's actually a character class that's Deathbringer. I see. I thought that was for everybody. But Deathbringer is a character class. Grim Scribe is also a character class. Hit dice D6, cannot wear armor, no spell slots, roll to cast DC 10. Okay, so we're roll to cast DC 10 on a natural roll of 1, gain 1 corruption, and roll on the miscast table. Gains spell by finding scrolls, spell books, or by having a friendly higher level magic user teach them to you. Gain spells by finding scrolls, books. Did we get 1 spell? No spell slots? You are a living Grimoire. Must tattoo all spells on your skin. To start, 4 cantrips. There we go. 2 first level spells and a dagger. Scoundrel. Hit dice. D8. Light armor only. Advantage. When attempting stealth, climbing, listening, lockpicking, searching, etc. +4 hit die. +4 to hit. And double damage from behind. Advantage when attempting stealth, climbing, and listening, lockpicking, searching, etc. +4 to hit and double damage from behind. To start, leather jacket, club or dagger, thieves' tools, rope, grappling hook, lucky charm. I think it must be. Good morning. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But Cartaxo, good morning. Good morning. Great to see you here. Howdy. You should review Lamentations of the Flame Princess. That one is on the list because people have brought that up quite a bit, and I don't know anything about it, but it does seem like it comes up quite a bit. So Lamentations of the Flame Princess is on the list. We're going to find out about it. The prof love the tattoo for spell ideas as a way to ID casters. Yes, I do remember him talking about that, saying that, well, since they're being hunted, you have got to the more spells you know, the more you're identifying yourself as a spellcaster because you're having to tattoo them on you. The Witch Hunter, dice D8, light armor, cast detect evil and protection from evil once per day, turn undead at will. To start, leather coat, club, crossbow, holy symbol, 6 torches. And then the Plague Doctor. I like Plague Doctors. Hit dice D6, leather armor only, cure wounds once per patient per day, cure disease and cure poison 1 time per day. Create D4 potions a day. Acid splash, sleep, poison spray, bomb, healing, and hallucinations. To start, leather, beak, mask, and coat, meat cleaver, medical hit, very suspicious diploma. You know, as far as I was thinking about, I was also thinking, what can we apply these to? Because not only do I want to continue writing what I'm trying to write, but that also for these different worlds, I said, hey, I don't really care what rule set you choose to play in the worlds with. You know, some rule sets may fit other people's play styles better. I was thinking for like the fantasy Cthulhu stuff that Knave seems to work pretty well. But also this I could see this this being a Cthulhu fantasy type game as well. So does that mean that I go over here next? I believe it does. Zero Theory says, from behind is a little vague. I'd probably rule once per encounter and after successful stealth check if circumstance presents it. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the problems with these ultra, as far as lightweight, as far as number of pages you've got. I mean, of course, yeah, we see where they're going with it, but yeah, we would need. I mean, if they can, or what? I don't wonder why he didn't just say if he can sneak attack. Jason says the tattoo of spell thing is awesome. You cannot change them; they can't be stolen, and you're limited to how much you have. This reminds me of punishment brands used in John Carter. The doctor says Lamentation has the artist art separation problem. Really? Micah says Lamentations, the Flame Princess, is definitely one you either need a good tactical group or you die pretty quickly. Also, some stuff out there, Spell Rise. Well, I guess we'll see. There's a lot of drama everywhere. Since this works mostly in zone combat from behind, doesn't need to be super specific. Okay, this is how we roll. Advantage and disadvantage for cover, low visibility, having the proper tools, etc. Natural 20 means plus D12 damage, and you lower the opponent's defense by 1. You lower the opponent's defense by 1. Is that so that it doesn't say that you automatically hit? It just says you lower the opponent's defense by 1. Is that to make sure that you do hit on a 20 or something like that? Natural 1 is a critical failure. Quiver is empty. You are disarmed or critical miscast. I don't know about these rules. About the like that you roll to see when you're out of certain items. We saw that in the usage dice when we were looking at Black Hack. And I've been thinking about that. I think that's fine for things that are sort of immaterial, but so that means it's possible to shoot once and have your quiver be empty. I think there are probably better ways to manage things like arrows and our potions or even something like that. You are disarmed or critical miscast. Let's figure out what these Deathbringer dice are. Deathbringer dice. Replace class features, skills, feats, and inspiration with Deathbringer dice. Begin each session with Deathbringer dice equal to your level. A player can spend Deathbringer dice to add D6 to any D20 roll, inflict an additional D6 damage on a successful hit, absorb D6 damage. You may use multiple Deathbringer dice at the same time. Deathbringer dice cannot be used to alter a natural 1 or used for initiative rolls. They are not replenished with rest, but respawn at the start of a session. So it's only one session. Store up to 10 Deathbringer dice on your sheets in these slots. Yeah, that's what that's for. So at level 1, you've only got 1. And it's only 1 per session. Background. So here we have again background and random misery. See, I'm also often surprised by these ultralight, not a whole lot of rules things that we've been looking at. We'll put a significant chunk of rules or use up a significant chunk of space for things like the random background and random misery and things like that. Nave and Karen spend a lot of time with that. Background bounty hunter, courtesan, duelist, executioner, farmer, grave robber, leech collector, mercenary, noble, minor noble, rat catcher, escaped bondage or prison, fled a scandal, rejected by society, raised in the streets, abandoned at birth. And actually, here is the character sheet. We only go to 10 pieces of equipment here. I suppose that's because we get our 10 plus our Constitution modifier. But I suppose that we get to include weapons, like weapons and armor, I guess would be included there. Or some things may take up more than one slot. Okay, so let's go. I don't know what order. We'll just go back over here to critical miscast. Now we have an idea about the rolling. Because when we're rolling to cast spells, the roll to cast DC 10 on a natural roll of 1, gain 1 corruption, and roll the miscast table. Oh, I did notice there's corruption down here. Was there corruption over here? Oh, there is. Look, I didn't see that. So we've got corruption points as well. Joao? Thank you. Yeah, it doesn't make sense in 99% of the cases. People are talking about the from behind. I like using these meta rules for ammo and arrows. My GM experience shows me players are terrible at accurately tracking these things, so just make it meta anyway. Yeah, I agree that trying to track every single arrow or every single bolt or arrow or something like that often doesn't work. But I think there's some other ways that have been put forward to do that, and we should just take a look at them. We should take a look at those. Chris, welcome, Chris. Good to see you. I like it so far. Dark and gritty. Jason says, I like the idea of Deathbringer dice, but do monsters get them too? I don't know. It doesn't say. I haven't seen anything about that so far. But being that they're so rare, it might be no, because they're only supposed to. The players are only supposed to be using them once every game session. You only refresh once every game session. So if the monsters were also using Deathbringer dice, you'd be fighting a lot more Deathbringer dice than you'd be using them. Makes players buy extra quivers or magazines also. Good morning, Toadstool Hollow. Oh, Carl says no, they don't. So, okay, so now, critical miscast. 1 to 10, the spell fizzles, spell fails, ghostly laughter fills the room. 11 to 15 is a backfire, caster takes the damage or effect. 16 to 19 is a disaster. Caster ages D20 years, loses a level, gains a mutation, summons a hostile monster, disintegrates all armor within 10 feet. Oh, this is ore. Okay, so this is not everything. I was like, oh my God. Disintegrates all armor within 100 feet, hits the wrong target for full damage, or something equally horrifying. Okay, so you could roll again there or something like that. I thought that was everything. 20 is caster. 20 is catastrophic. Caster explodes in a shower of gore. Well, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. So what's the probability there? It would be a 5% chance that you roll a 1, and if you roll a 1 and then immediately roll a 20, so that would be a 0.25% chance, right? 0.25% chance that you are going to die when you cast a spell. Spells better be worth it. Because whenever you cast a spell, but after you've rolled the 1, of course, there's only a 1 in 20, a 5% chance. So if a 1 shows up, there's a 5% chance you're going to die. Micah says, I use a dice stair for decreasing ammo. Roll a 1, lose a dice worth. But you can recover some, fletch new ones, and buy more, etc. As long as you don't roll a 1, you can keep using them without losing a die, unless you do a called shot, which raises that minimum to lose. Zero Theory says, I would love to try this mini rule set. Have players make 3 characters and send them all into a DCC grinder dungeon. That would be fun. What are did we see anything about a license for these rules? But I think it could probably be pretty easily adapted. Yeah, it makes me want to make stuff. Weapons. D2, fist, kick, headbutt. D4, bone, club, dagger, improvised weapon. D6, mace, short bow, spear, staff. D8, battle axe, longbow, rapier, sword, warhammer. D10, crossbow or two-handed sword. Armor. Light armor, +1 defense like doublet, helm, leather jacket. Medium, +2 to defense, gambeson, scale, studded leather, chainmail bikini. +3 defense is brigandine or full chain. Heavy, +4 dex equals, or +4 dex is full field plate. And our defense is 10 plus dex. I guess that's telling us that 20 is supposed to be our max. So maybe that's it. Because we can't have anything greater than a +6, and we do add our dexterity to our defense, and then we're adding our armor. So this right here. Now, I suppose that means you're not supposed to be combining like the full field plate with, a helmet or something like that. Maybe these things don't stack like the shield did with shield and helmet did in Knave. Maybe these things don't stack. So that would give you a maximum of 20 if that's the case. And then if you roll a 20, your defense would be, the opponent's defense would be 19. So that would allow you to automatically hit and do double damage, or 1d12 damage. Kill shots. 1 to 5, agonizing death. Your attack inflicts grim wounds to the vital organ. Victim dies in D4 rounds. 6 to 10, clean kill. Your decisive, devastating attack drops your opponent with quiet simplicity. 11 to 15, brutal doom. You overkill your target with force, crushing bones, spraying blood, a real mess. 16 to 19, splatter and gore. Your attack renders the victim unrecognizable, smashed to a pulp, or hewn in two. 20, Deathbringer. So powerful as your kill, a nearby enemy is also hit. Enemies who view such a kill are terrified and intimidated. Okay, this says, hey, Vision, good morning, good morning. Carl says the Deathbringer DCC sounds awesome. Chris says, separate topic, folks. Just curious, has anyone besides me read the new 4th edition rules for Basic Fantasy? I have not. Dice rolls. We did look at Basic Fantasy. I suppose it wasn't a new edition, but we did look at Basic Fantasy on the grind one morning. But I haven't seen 4th edition. Dice rolls might be used to track items. After each use, roll D8, and if a predetermined range is rolled, the dice goes to D6 and then D4, and then there are no more items are available. That's how it's done, as far as I remember, in Black Hack. That was usage dice in Black Hack. So you would not, if you're rolling your usage dice for your arrows, you couldn't run out on the first shot. No license, as far as I know. Tomocrat says, yes, spellcasters are like handling plutonium per Professor Dungeon Master. I think this is about Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I looked over the basic fantasy and it looks about the same so far. So improvement, 1 to 4 XP per session. Level up at 10 XP. So you're going to be staying at level 1 for at least 2 sessions. 100 gold is 1 XP. When you gain a level, gain an additional hit die and a Deathbringer die. Once you reach 20 plus HP, roll new HD with disadvantage. No rerolls. So wait a minute. So, okay. So we're going to be getting 1 to 4 XP per session. We're leveling up at 10. When we level up, gain an additional hit die and a Deathbringer die. So those are the big things. When you reach 20 plus HP. Oh, maybe that means, maybe instead of saying, maybe I was trying to come up with this, what's this value? How would you know? When you reach 20 plus your HP, how would you ever do that? But maybe that's trying to say when you reach 20 or more HP, roll new hit dice with disadvantage. No rerolls. So that's also our way. So this is pretty common too, if I'm understanding that correctly then. That we've got increasing hit points, but we're trying to control the inflationary hit points getting out of hand. So we're going to start with a low number of hit points. We can go up to 20, which is low as far as a 5th edition character or something like that goes. And then it starts to get even harder to get more hit points once you get to 20 or more. And you might get there fast because if you're rolling, like for instance, you could get there at 2 levels with the Deathbringer, right? If you roll perfectly. But then it's going to be harder and harder to gain more rolls. Raise any ability score by +1 on levels 3, 5, 7, and 9. We may only be going to 10 levels. Are we only going to 10 levels? Combat. Rounds are 6 seconds. Group initiative every round. D6 highest roll wins. Group initiative, also very common in these style of games. Ties equals simultaneous attack. Players take turns clockwise from the GM. Everyone must declare actions, and magic users must declare their spells before initiative is rolled. If the magic user loses initiative and is successfully attacked, the spell fails. PCs can move up to 20 feet and attack in one round. No bonus actions. Stunts, maneuvers such as pushing, disarming, tripping, blinding, etc. The GM rules whether stunt is possible and if the player has advantage, disadvantage, or makes a clean roll. If the roll succeeds, the stunt is successful. 0 HP is unconscious. Negative HP is equal to dead. Spells. Use any OSR 5e spells you like, but the PC must find them through exploration. DC is 10 to cast. Saving throws are 15. Gain +1 corruption when you commit an evil deed or roll a nat 1 with spellcasting. At 10 corruption, you have lost all humanity and become a monster controlled by the GM. So you're either going to die or you're eventually going to be figuring out, or you're going to be losing all of your corruption and then you're going to be out of here. I haven't seen a sanity system. If we're doing something with Cthulhu here, we need some type of way to do insanity here. It could be something like that. There's probably a way to simplify the classic 3rd edition insanity rules. Healing. Use a Deathbringer die to stitch up wounds after combat. Heal HP equals con every day of complete bed rest. Complete bed rest. Use a Deathbringer dice. I guess that means you roll it. Do you roll the Deathbringer dice? Converting spells and monsters. Import and monsters and spells. Import monsters. So is that two different? It's probably just supposed to be import monsters and spells you like from 5th edition OSR games. Monsters have pure HD, no con bonuses. Spells do the same damage. Magic items are virtually non-existent, and potions are rare. Well, I guess that's Deathbringer. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that should be a space there. There's no space here. But if you understand that with a space, like you just wrote it there, zero theory, I think that's how it's supposed to be. Jason says, I might add a Deathbringer homebrew option that allows you to use your hit dice to add damage. Carl says, yeah, HP gain slows down after that. Dan, levels are not gained fast. He said that. Carl makes stuff. Since you get XP for the amount of gold you find, the DM is also encouraged to keep treasure limited. Yeah, so that's 100 gold pieces is equal to 1 XP. But I take it that that's inclusive over here, that you're only supposed to get 1 to 4 XP per session. So you're going to be running around at level 1 for quite a while, which I'm fine with. I like the lower levels, and I like the idea of going to 10 levels. Daniel says you either die early or live long enough to see. You either die early or live long enough to become the villain, quite literally. Yep, that's true. Yeah, you can choose to spend the Deathbringer die to get D6 HP back. Short and sweet. It is. I think I want to use these things to make some stuff. I've got work to do, so can't be creative yet. But I've got to get more stuff out. So I guess I like it. I think that running something like a dungeon crawl funnel or something like that could be fun with it. I want to play Dungeon Crawl Classics. I didn't add that one on my list of these types of like hardcore OSR because that one just seems to be different. Sort of built from the ground up. But over here we got Shadow Dark, Knave, Cairn, 5 Torches Deep, White Hack, Black Hack, Deathbringer, and hero mode for 5e. You know, at some point we should probably compare hero mode to the things I didn't like about 5e. I wonder if they fixed some of them. They might have. That you could probably do some type of like Cthulhu. I bet you could do some type of Cthulhu fantasy thing with hardcore mode. With the people that ask about that candle, and I think I came to the conclusion that I don't have a problem with that candle being a magic item that's out there, but I don't know that I would start everybody off with one of those time saving or one of those save point candles. It's something that could be out there. All right. Love the rules that stipulate that to earn XP from the money, you have to spend it on carousing. You have to spend it on carousing? I was reading that from someplace. Chris says, have you looked into hardcore mode supplement for 5th edition? Yeah, we did that like last week. We spent a couple of days on hardcore mode. So maybe 3 days, but I think 2 days. So yeah, if you're looking up on this channel hardcore mode, you'll find it on the morning grind, Chris. So yeah, we did hardcore mode, then we did Shadow Dark, then we did Knave, then we did Cairn, and now we did Deathbringer. So those were all right in a row. So we were on definitely hardcore mode kind of or hardcore mode OSR old school kind of kick here. Zero Theory says, yeah, the candle is a magic item. You can easily just say it doesn't exist. All right. Well, I think, I guess we're going to close a little bit early here today, unless there is something else that really needs to be spoken about. That was a short one over here. I thought it might be a short one. I like it. I like a lot of these, but like I said, my problem now is that, of course, we live in this golden age of just about everything. I mean, everything is so plentiful, including RPGs. The problem is not is not having the RPG that you want to play, but it's that, well, now which one of these things do you actually play? So in this category of this type of game, which type of one would I want to play? Well, I don't know. See, this is actually one of those problems that has to do with like the paradox of choice or something like that. If we all walked in and there was just one RPG to play, like Dungeons and Dragons, well, then we can say, hey, well, this doesn't really do the kinds of things that I want it to do, right? It might be the one that's most popular, but I'd kind of like to have something else. But now we've got how many different RPGs? Like this is what episode of the Morning Grind is this? And we've looked at just about a different RPG, not exactly every day, but we've probably done over 100 different RPGs by now. So yes, if you're just coming in or you just found, there's plenty of Morning Grind. We've been looking. I didn't intend for the show to become entirely RPG focused, because we've also taken a look at board games and stuff like that. But it seems like the way that we've been going lately is definitely looking at all these RPGs. And so the problem becomes, which one do you play? Well, which one's probably perfect for what you're trying to do? Well, who knows? There's so many different options, and some of them are just kind of variations on them. And of course, I want to make one of my own, so I'm only contributing to that problem, right? By adding more stuff out there. So I think we're definitely in a paradox of choice situation. Which one should you play? But on the other hand, does it really matter? Like if you sat down to play a game that was in this style. So let's say at least you decided it's this kind of style. If you played Shadow Dark, Knave, Cairn was a little bit different. That one had the Into the Odd inspiration, but still, I mean, 5 torches deep, white hack, black hack, Deathbringer, hero mode. Would it truly matter? If you've got a great group of players who you're playing with, a great game master, and you're playing in a great world, is there sufficient difference to really hem and haw over it? So let's see. Nate says, are you doing Shadow Dark Quick Play or the new one she has up on Kickstarter right now? We went over the Shadow Dark Quick Play. People let me know that there was a Quick Play free stuff on Drive-Thru RPG. So we went over the Quick Play. Chris says, have you ever done the Talisman Adventures RPG? I'm loving it so far. No, I have no idea what that one is. I'm running out of space here. Talisman Adventures. All right, everybody. Well, All right, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody be productive today. I'm going to maybe try to sleep now that we don't have storms coming by for at least a little bit, but then I'm going to try to do more work, power through 72 hours of getting work done, and then maybe be able to return to some more creative stuff. So everybody grind on until tomorrow.